Now, isn't this exciting? We are on day 3, it is Wednesday, of this week when we've been talking about the body code. Now, what have I got here? Something popping up on my screen. Let's get rid of that. Today, because we have been talking about the body code and all the elements to be integrated into how the body code works for you, so that we can lose 2 to 10 dress sizes without taking any exercise. But first of all, we need to be able to talk today about mastering the mind. The reason I talk about being able to control the mind is because it can either make or break your whole journey if you're trying to stay on a diet or eat healthy or get rid of headaches or aches and pains in your body. Sometimes we start something and then we can't continue it because so many different things go on in our mind. We have to jiggle and juggle so many different things. Now, being able to control your mind is something that I'm just going to briefly talk about today, but it is very poignant and it's very profound. So I'm going to be asking you some questions. So if you do have a pen and paper, you can write these questions down and you can give responses back into the Facebook group so that we can actually see what troubles you, where you are, what you're thinking, what you want to create, and answer the questions that I'm asking you today. Because to be able to control your mind is to be able to control your journey. When you control your mind, when you get back in control of your mind, you get back in control of your body, and the rest of it just falls into place. It is not normal for your body to lose weight. I don't know whether you know that already, but it's not. There is part of your mind, part of your reptile brain that keeps you safe, that has stored the fat in the first place, that is causing the aches and the pains in your body. It is not normal for your body to change something quite radically, and sometimes the ladies that I talk to, they want to change something quite radically. So it's not normal, if we're talking about weight, for your body to actually lose the weight. But in our mind and in our desire, we want to be able to lose weight. We want to be able to change our body. The power of the mind is absolutely incredible when it comes to how you choose to land in your own body. Let me explain. What you thought and what you believed last week is what you are going to experience this week. What you are thinking today and what you believe today is possible is what you are going to experience next week. If you have a desire to lose weight, and if you have a desire to reach a certain goal by a certain date, by whatever, but you fear the future, or you fear being in that body, or if you have doubt that you'll ever get there, or if you're skipping meals to get there, or if you're really straining and efforting to get there, or if you hate your body and you've just got negative things that you're saying about your body, something happens in your body, and the fact that it's like, so the reptile brain catches hold of what you're thinking and what you're feeling inside your body, and it has this kind of panic attack. It puts you in like, oh, fear, I'm being vigilant about what's going on in my body. And it has that ability to have you in the fight or flight, run and fight mode. So the reptile brain is on full alert when you're speaking to it and when you're thinking those thoughts. So I'll just reiterate, if you have an idea that you want to lose weight, but maybe there's a fear of being that weight, if you become sexy, attractive to the opposite sex, you don't know how to handle yourself, you're up against confrontation, you're skipping meals because you want to do that, your body goes into a response mode, and your reptile brain goes, oh, hang on a second here, fear, and it will have you running on adrenaline, and it will have you needing to protect yourself. You won't be feeling safe. You will be in fight and flight mode, and that is enough for you to stay at your set point. Your mind will not let your body lose weight. There is a set point. There is a point at which you are stuck in that identity, where you feel safe, where you feel you can control things, where where your normal is, where you kind of got used to being. And if you're trying to change that, we really need to change your mind to come along on the journey with you, and this is the work that I do. So for example, you may have lost weight in the past. We'll stick on weight for the moment. You may have lost weight in the past. You may have lost the desired amount in the past. After a length of time, that started creeping back up. Why is that? Because you haven't changed the way you thought about yourself. You haven't changed what you think about yourself. Your identity is still the same. You still see yourself as that size, or wearing the same style of clothes, or going to the same job, or in the same relationship, or you still think about yourself. One of my clients said, I still think about myself as the chubby girl. I still think about myself as the plump girl. I still think about myself as the woman who cannot lose weight. So all these beliefs are creating your identity, and that will become your set point. And your mind, your brain, your reptile brain will not allow your body to release any weight, because you're stuck. You're stuck in that identity until we can help you get out of that holding pattern. And this is totally doable, but it needs not just to change your food, not just to exercise more. This is really about finding out where you really want to be and how you're going to experience yourself when you get there. You need to start living it in advance. I'll tell you a story. I had a client who had a function to go to, and she was desiring to get into this particular dress. I said, great, tell me what the dress looks like. So she told me what the dress looked like, and I said, now put the dress on. In your ideal weight, put that dress on. So she imagined getting the dress out of the cupboard, taking it off the hanger, feeling the texture of the material, admiring the colour of it. It was a dress she absolutely adored. Stepping into that dress, putting the dress on, zipping the dress up, feeling the material on her shoulders, feeling the lining of the dress on her body, and she was wearing it. She was in that dress. Her mind, she was showing her mind how she was going to feel when she wore that dress. I said, right, now that you're in that dress, walk down the corridor in your house. See how it feels. See what you hear when you're wearing that dress. Because there's a kind of a rustle with the lining material and the material of the dress, and I can feel the lace of the dress. It was a red lace dress that she wanted to wear to this particular function with a particular jacket. I said, right, make sure you have the shoes and the bag, and imagine what your hair and your face are going to look like, your makeup, and get yourself ready. And she did this exercise for a week. She dropped more weight that week than any other week, because this was what she wanted, and she was showing her body what she wanted and what was possible. This is how we master your mind, and we take your mind with you on the journey. So if you've got something or a function that you need to get ready for, you need to get ready and imagine what it's going to be like. Your imagination, part of your mind, is very, very, very powerful. So to get yourself out of your stuck point, your holding pattern, the place where you always seem to go back to, so even if you've lost the weight in the past and you've gained the weight again, it's because you've been stuck in the identity, and your fear of failure has also stopped you moving into this new identity that you want to create for yourself when you wear these dresses and when you do those activities and when you dance in the room like nobody's watching, because you love the way you feel in your body. So I have some questions for you today just to help you master your mind and just show you where you're at. Now, I'm very happy to take you on a journey with these questions. This is what I do, not just to do with nutrition and adjusting your hormones, telling you what kind of exercise would be best for you depending what your body code is. So these are kind of the questions that I ask my long-term clients who have the most success, 2 and 10 dress sizes down, and really not having to sort of go to the gym or do exercises or anything like that at all. It's mastering the mind, your hormones, and getting the nutrients into your body, the nourishment, the feeding your soul, all of that. Anyway, so here is your first question if you're ready. Exactly how much do you want to lose, and by when? So just think about that for a second, and let's just get your mind on board. Exactly how much do you want to lose, and by when? You can think about this, and you can answer that question later if you want. Just see where you dither. Oh, maybe this, or maybe that, or, well, I've done that before. Just see where you're dithering. You haven't made a decision. So let's have you make a decision about your body. What is it? What would make you happiest? How much do you want to lose, and by when? Put a date on it, like, oh yeah, by my birthday in May, by summertime, by Easter. 2 dress sizes, 4 dress sizes, maybe by next Christmas, 10 dress sizes by Christmas. What is it? Well, exactly how much you want to lose and by when? Because until you make a decision, until you stick to it and focus on it and imagine what it's going to be like, it will be impossible for you to stay there. My whole aim is for you to be able to stay there. So change your identity. It's not normal for your body to lose weight. You have a set point in your brain, how you see yourself and how you talk to yourself, and your reptile brain will keep you there, will keep you safe, because that's what its job is. Its job is to be vigilant, on the lookout for any fears or anything, and it stores fat for fuel because it thinks you're going to have to run or fight or do something. This is just the way the body works, and we need to get your mind on board. To change that set point and your identity, you need to reprogram your mind. So this is what we're doing. So if you remember the story I just told you about the lady in the beautiful red dress, this is exactly one of the exercises that we do. We reprogram your mind to feel safe in that body, in that new body that you are creating through and with your mind on board. You need to have your mind well and truly on board. Right, the second question that I'm asking you today is, who do you want to be when you are at that size, that weight, in that healthy, agile, fit, slender, sexy body, however you want to describe yourself? And everybody will describe themselves slightly differently depending what they want to achieve, what their next step is. So who do you want to be when you're at that weight and size, your fitness, healthy, how elegant and graceful you are, when you feel free to play and be in love with your own body? So here are some questions that are going to help you just define that a little bit further. How will you walk? And how will you talk? How will you dress? How will you have fun? How will you play? Start building an image of yourself and start living it. Who are you when you are who you want to be in the dress sizes that you want? This is fun, huh? How do you walk? How do you talk? What kind of foods do you love? Where do you go? How do you have fun? Who are you with? What holidays do you go on? What car do you drive? How do you handle your money? How do you wear your hair? What colours will you wear? What's your favourite texture of material? How will you do your day? How will you be in your garden? What fun things will you do? What extra things will you add in? How will you treat yourself? How will you care for yourself? Build that image up of yourself. And please put your responses in full in Facebook, because the more you write something or the more you speak it out loud, the more it becomes alive for you. So share those, because it's absolutely imperative that you do that so that you can bring it home to yourself and you can start creating that for yourself as well. This is mastering your mind. Control your mind and the rest falls into place. What do you desire to feel most of all? What do you desire to feel most of all? When you're in that body, when you're walking, when you're talking, what's the feeling? Now, when we come to working with the mind and mastering the mind, we also need to touch on your motivation. So this is a lovely, lovely question. Thanks, Anne. Why do you want this? Why do you want to be like this? Why do you want this? What is the one big reason that you want this, that you want to feel differently, that you want to feel, have this desire to feel like that? Why do you want this? One big reason why you want this. The second part of that very beautiful question is, and why do you want this? So whatever your answer was, if it was my big reason to feeling like this is so that I can run and play and be active with my kids, for example, so that I can go to the beach without the wobble, so that I can climb the mountains and feel strong, so that I can stand on stage and I can present and just not have to care an inch about my body. I just need to cover up an inch. So what's your big why? Then whatever you find your big why is, ask yourself why that is important. Why do you want that? Why do you want to stand on stage and not hide an inch? Why do you want to run up the mountains and feel fit and agile in your 50s? Why do you want to, so carry on with that. And it might be for longevity, to feel strong, to be more successful, to feel free, to not have to bother about that anymore, just have your body as a non-issue. Well done, everybody who's answering these questions. And then why is that important to you? Why is that important to you? Why is standing on stage without hiding an inch important to you? Why is going to that function and wearing a $5 t-shirt dress important, whereas everybody else is in designer dresses and covering up, and you're just feel free in your body and you can turn up in your gardening togs and you feel fantastic? Why is that important to you? Why is running along the beach and feeling free and easy and playing with your kids and running up the mountain and going on long hikes, why is that important to you to do for the next 10 years or however long? We're getting to the real truth of the matter. Why is that important to you? Your big why. And if you want, you can go one deeper. When you have that answer, why is that important to you? Because I want to feel strong, because I want to feel agile, because I want to feel alive, I want to feel free. Why is that important to you? Because you want to love your life, because you want to feel alive, because you want to radiate happiness. A lot of peoples will have a different feedback to that, will have a different experience of why that is important. We need to dig a little bit to really bring the mind along with us, along on the journey of losing the weight, so that it doesn't always go back to your set point. It doesn't always go back to that's your normal, that's where you are, that's how you identify yourself, that's how you see yourself. So we bring our mind along in these ways. There are so many exercises that I help ladies with when we do the 2 dress sizes in 2 months, or the ladies I work with for a longer period of time, 2 to 10 dress sizes. And it stays off because you've done the work with the mind. You've done your motivation. You know without a doubt who you are and how you want to turn up in the world. It's an absolutely beautiful journey when you find out really who you are and why you do what you do. Controlling your mind and the rest falls into place. It just becomes so much easier when your mind is on board. It's not normal for your body to lose weight. It is there for a reason. The weight is there for a reason. And it is protecting you. It has also become your set point and your identity and who you believe you are. So we need to change that. We need to sort of keep grooming you so that this is not your set point anymore. This week we have covered with the body code, we have covered your nutrition. We looked yesterday at, fasting, part of your nutrition, which isn't necessarily the food you eat, but the patterns of how you eat. And today we're talking about the mind and how important the mind is. I think I bought a book, when I was back in my 20s, The Right Side of the Brain. I loved how the brain worked, and then I understood about health and how people could heal themselves with their mind. So I took up Reiki and I understood about energy. Your mind is super powerful. Super, super powerful. Please let me know which of the subjects you would like me to cover the most. Hormones. Very happy to talk about hormones. Very happy to talk about exercise. So we've got nutrition, hormones, exercise, mindset, which we covered a little bit today. We have, sleep was on there, why that makes a massive difference. And your intuition, your soul, and also your emotions, because an awful lot of people emotionally eat. So if we can clear away the big 5 emotions, so fear, sadness, hurt, guilt and shame. There's another one. If you clear away the big 5 emotions, world is wide open. Again, it just makes everything so much easier for you to get moving and get into the body that you want and never have to go back. Your set point does not go back up because you just don't experience those emotions, those confrontations, those fears in the same way that you did before. Mastering your mind, mastering your exercise, mastering your nutrition, being able to eat intuitively. So in other words, you're asking your body, what feels delicious for me to eat today? What is it that I would love to eat today? What is it that would just be so, so good? Being able to turn your hormones off and on, because as we were talking about the other day, your hormones have a massive part to play in all of this. And as soon as your hormones are on red alert, they will be pushing adrenaline, cortisol, and then insulin around your body. And if you've got any insulin in your body will not lose weight. You can see how everything is all, the body code, it is all interlinked. All interlinked. Ladies, I will be back again tomorrow with another short video. Please let me know what you want to hear more about. If it's hormones, if it's more about the mindset, if it's more about nutrition, if it's more about intuitive eating, exercise, what is it? And I will do some short videos to do with that. I love you to the moon and back, and it is my sole aim that you land in a body that you love every single day. If you haven't done it already, I will put the link here for the body code quiz, which helps me give you a reading as to what is actually blocking and stopping where you are with your hormones, so that we can just get you moving, and so that you know what to do on an immediate basis. And I will have a short consultation call with you once you've filled in that questionnaire. So I will put the link in this again. Thank you so much for turning up. Thank you so much for being here. Your body is not only important to you, but it is super important to me. When I feel women are unhappy in their body, it just makes me so sad. I'm in touch with your soul. I'm in touch with who you really are. And when I feel that you are not happy in your body, it is usually because there is something else going in and around your mind, in your life, in your history, that can just be cleared so much easier, and then you can land in a body that you love every single day. Believe me, I know. I've been in abusive relationships, so I know what it's like to carry those stories around, and in the end we squash them down with food, and we want to get rid of all those. That's emotional eating, but also the fear of that ever happening again comes up in the mind. We choose the wrong foods because we want to self-punish. It's all in there. The body code is just absolutely amazing to be able to bring all that into clarity for you. And it is just my absolute sole intention that you love the experience of being in your body again. All right, lots and lots of love, and I will post the body code quiz again for you because it's absolutely essential for you to know what that is. And I will see you again tomorrow. Thank you, lady. Bye-bye.